Here's a question. Why do Christians hate homosexuals so much?
That's a great question.
I mean, it's not tolerant, it's not loving. It's like, why are you so focused on, hating homosexuals? What's so bad about it?
It's a great question. I appreciate that. In my life personally, several of the most important people in my life over my lifetime have been gay people. So your question and what you're trying to drive at is a really important issue. In terms of my own journey, my freshman year in college, I remember distinctly going morning to night and being totally aware that I was thinking about sex all day long. Like, my thoughts went to women, sex, attraction, pretty much like nonstop. I could not control it, right? That became sort of my defining moment my freshman year. So when I became a follower of Jesus, and Jesus said to me, don't treat women like objects, treat women like people, like treasures, that was a profound invitation and a profound challenge in my life. And what I learned is sexuality is powerful force. And my choice to switch from following my impulses and following my desires to walking with God and handling my sexuality as a gift from God instead of my right to pursue how I want to pursue it, that's one of the hardest things I've ever done, just to be totally frank with you. What I had to do, well, actually what I did was I stopped dating for 2 years. Now that's going to be sounding like kind of an intense purge of my system, but I was such a lust addict, I had to do something to learn a new way of living toward women. That same choice is the same choice that you and I and everybody has to make, which is sexuality about what I want to do to feel good? Or am I going to let go of that and trust God that I'm going to wait upon Him to give me sexuality as a gift? And sex becomes a gift later in life. You're young, you're single. I don't know if you like guys or I don't know if you like women, but it doesn't really matter which direction you're going.
I don't like guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have an important choice to make, just like I have a choice to make, which is, are you going to act on these impulses that you have, or are you going to trust God later in life? And that's a really difficult choice that you have to make and that I have to make. And I'm not trying to make it sound easy, but I'm trying to say that that's the choice that everybody has to make. And if you liked guys, what I would say to you is, it's more about, are you willing to trust God's timing and wait upon God for your sexuality than who you happen to like today? And that choice is going to change my life, and that choice is going to change your life, and that invitation changes everybody's life because we're doing it Jesus' way. We're not doing it my way. Who does that pick on? Does that pick on me? Does that pick on you? Does that pick on Joe? It picks on everybody. So I think that should be our attitude toward everybody is, we have this incredible raging force within us, our sexuality. We choose to trust God with it instead of choosing to follow our own instincts. And let's not hate on anybody. So that's my take. Don't hate on anybody, and let's just admit that the call to Jesus is the call for us all to give up our impulses and trust God. What do you think?
Okay, so that's you. You're not going to hate on homosexuals specifically, but Christians at large just hate them. And, they're born this way. So how can you ask them to wait for something that's not even natural? Or, they can't change it. It's not like they have a choice. So it just doesn't, it's not fair. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So if you were gay, here's how I would respond. Number one, I want to be your friend. Let's be friends. That's my response, right? And that's Jesus' response. Number two, I'm going to say, you have to choose today whether you pursue your own sexuality and choices today, or if you're willing to trust God, that He gave it as a gift to be pursued in His timing. And I feel like if you and I become friends, and then you're willing to make that choice to let go of the instant gratification and trust God in His timing, I feel like that other stuff is going to work itself out. That's where I'm coming from, and that's been my experience. And I know you don't like guys, so I think we still have to have that same conversation about your sexuality today, because you still have a choice about your sexuality, which is, are you willing to give that part of your life to God?